We'll review here two great online tools that allow you to quickly sort through large networks of people to help you find the right contacts to talk to. The focus of this demo is to show you how to use LinkedIn and Hoya Gateway to find people who are likely to want to help in your job search. LinkedIn's a powerful tool for mapping out your network, for figuring out who you know, and more importantly, who they know. It's a vital resource for getting in touch with employers outside formal recruiting channels. Hoya Gateway, the online database specific to Georgetown, is a growing resource that allows you to work within a network of Hoyas, which over the years we've found to be generous with its time and wisdom. Let's start with LinkedIn. To quickly orient those new to the platform, a few points. First, LinkedIn's a free site that you can navigate to on any search engine and register for free. You don't need the premium version to be a great networker on this platform. Often students focus on what to say in their profile, which is of course sensible. Your profile, much like Facebook, is a landing page for those seeking information about you. So make sure it contains fresh information. It doesn't have to include the same content as a resume, but do be sure it contains schools and former employers. Include a professional-looking photo. LinkedIn data shows profiles with photos are more likely to be viewed than profiles without. An important one here about groups. Join groups that are relevant to you, including alumni groups. The critical one for everyone listening to this video is to join the Georgetown University Law Center group. Be sure to join that network. One final critical point in our setup. Connect broadly to people you may know from prior work and academic experience. Your direct connections are referred to as first-level connections. Friends of those friends are second-level connections. As you'll see in a minute, LinkedIn's value is directly related to how many people you're connected to, as that unlocks the friends of friends network. So before starting in on our two key searches, we really want to focus on LinkedIn's utility outside of what happens when people navigate to your page. Waiting for people to come to you is just too passive. We want to use it in a more affirmative way to find connections who are likely to help in your search. The basic idea is to find what's called a warm connection. Those people with whom you might have something in common already, be it a mutual friend, a shared alma mater, or experience at the same employer. These connections are more likely to respond to your outreach and offer help, at least in contrast to those users with whom you have no work, academic, or personal connection to. Those are what we call cold connections. So here are the two searches to start you down the path of finding warm connections. One starts with knowing an employer that might be interesting to you, and the other starts with a geographic market that you might want to learn more about. So let's say you've done some research into a particular employer that's of interest to you. Most employers have a LinkedIn landing page. For our demo, I'll use a public interest firm with a few offices, Cohen Milstein. But note that this search will work with just about any employer out there. Type the employer name in the search bar there and select it in the dropdown. We're taken to another landing page. Note that some employers keep fresh job postings here, so that's certainly worth a look. But in the networking context, we want to focus on the employees of the firm who are on LinkedIn as well. So click the appropriate button there on the right. Once we do that, we're taken to a list of users, which may include former and current employees of that organization. Now, it'd be madness to sort through each profile one by one. So let's use LinkedIn's handy filters. You can filter by location, level of connection, or using the All Filters button, host more fields, including school. So you can enter law or undergraduate school here, which of course maximizes the chance of warm connections. If I want to find a Cohen Milstein attorney in the DC office who went to Georgetown, I can apply those filters and pull up a short list in just seconds. I'll click Georgetown University, and here's where LinkedIn becomes really powerful. If you don't have a direct first-level connection, LinkedIn will also show you friends of friends. Not only can you capitalize on a warm Georgetown Law connection with people on this page, you can have a friend put the two of you in touch. So for this LinkedIn user, I can take a look at who our shared connections are. Looking down this list of people I know, I can select a friend to either put me in touch with the attorney I want to talk to, or I can use my friend's name as a referral in reaching out to the attorney. Either way, I'm banking on that deeper shared connection to get me noticed in the attorney's inbox. In reaching out, use email versus LinkedIn's messaging service whenever possible. And think about how your email might stand out in a crowded inbox. A subject that includes the commonality, for example, Georgetown Law, is likely to get noticed more than a generic subject asking for help. For example, request to discuss your firm. So that's a great tool for slicing up the world into cohorts of people who might be more inclined to help with your career research. Okay, let's look at a separate search, a geographic search. Attorneys work in cities and towns all over the globe, and the Georgetown network reaches so many of those locations. You can lean on the commonality of your Georgetown Law experience as a warm connection in searching for and reaching out to practitioners. First step, navigate back to that search bar and type in Georgetown University Law Center. Here you want to look for the school and not the group. Select the appropriate listing on the dropdown to pull up a landing page with a lot of information. We're interested in looking at alumni on the platform, so click on this link on the left. As you can see, the alumni dashboard quickly zeroed in on the LinkedIn users that share something in common with you, attendance at Georgetown Law. From here, you can sort and filter by location, employer, the type of work they do, and even the level of connection on LinkedIn. To demo, if we wanted to find attorneys in a smaller market, say Phoenix, I'd type that into the alumni dashboard search bar and then click on the relevant link. You pull up a set of graphs that narrow down into this geographic market. The field below the graphs shows who is in the Phoenix area, a helpful start for getting a sense of the market. On the right, above, you have the top employers in the Phoenix area. Back down with where all the attorneys are listed, you can look over thumbnails and bios to find someone who looks like a good match for your search. And now, if we do this, if we've gone this far, we get back to the friend of friend approach highlighted in the previous example. Unlike sorting on firm websites, LinkedIn will tell you any friends that you have in common with employees of the target organization. So these are two powerful ways to have your network do the heavy lifting for you. To maximize LinkedIn, make sure your profile contains fresh information, join groups so you can search within them, and connect broadly to people you know so you can tap into their networks as well. Now let's take a quick look at a second tool that was just created. We're going to look over at Hoya Gateway. This platform has over 2,000 alumni on it after launching very recently in late 2019. You can easily upload a profile by importing your LinkedIn content, and then the universe is searchable by location and practice area. Alums are joining with the intention of connecting with students and with other alums to be advisors, experts in a field, and potentially mentors. The resource is a terrific way to take advantage of the generosity of the Georgetown community. We hope these tools accelerate your networking and eventually open up more career ideas for you. Remember to consult our guide to informational interviewing, which is on our networking page, for tips on best practices once you have scheduled the meeting. And happy networking, everyone.